Hello, my dear reading friends, and welcome back to my library. This week, I have to say I had a stroke of inspiration partway through trying to create my list, and I decided to give you guys a list of light novels. For those who don't know what that is, these are typically books that either come from animes or tend to get made into animes. Not all of them. Sometimes they are just standalone, but manga they can be turned into. And some on this list have been made into both. Normally they're like web novels from Japan or Korea, possibly also Chinese occasionally. Could not say for sure one way or the other on that last one. Some of them are absolutely spectacular, and I will be going through 5 that I really enjoy. That the list of the ones I enjoy is much longer than 5, but I thought I'd just take a small picking of some of the ones that I enjoy. Heads up, not all of them, but most of them have a heavy romance element in them. A lot of light novels do, but I enjoy them for many reasons, and that's one of them. So, again, this is not in any particular order of favorites. This is just the order in which I put them in. So keep that in mind. The first one on the list is Accomplishments of a Duke's Daughter by Futaba Hazuki. This one I believe is from Japan. I'm not 100% sure on everything from this list, but I'm pretty certain for about 3 of them. Wow. This is a story that I really enjoy. This is another one of those transmigration type deals. Someone got sucked into a video game, an Otome game, as the villainess, and you're actually taking it from her perspective, and you find out that everything is not as it appeared in the game, because in the game you are taking it from the perspective of the heroine, which may have been the secret villainess. You never know. So definitely have a look at this if you are at all interested. It's taking it from the perspective of the person who was transmigrated, was actually in business and finance, and so she's given the opportunity to rule her father's duchy for realsies. So she gets to go and make all the decisions and the taxes and all of that fun stuff. So that's the thing. So I really enjoyed the fact that they took a deep dive into business and finance and ruling and what it actually takes to do so, and not as, mwahaha, I have all the monies. The fact that if you're in charge of a domain, you should actually, take care of the people and the things on that domain, and how education is so important. I also love the fact that the world is just fantastic. Like, the way it was set up, this is not a small little, not much thought put into the world or the politics involved. No, there's like depth in there, and I really, really loved it. And I hated the guy she was initially engaged to. Glad she kicked him to the curb. The second one on my list is Seventh Time Loop, The Villainess Enjoys a Carefree Life by Toko Amakawa. It's an interesting concept, right? This one's not a transmigration, but rather somebody who got killed, came back in time, went back in time, tried it over again, but did it in a different way, and did this 6 times, and now is on the 7th. So, think about that, though, right? What would you do if you had the opportunity to go back in time and live your life over again? Would you follow the same steps with slight alterations, or would you just be like, whatever, I'm just going to do everything differently? Because why not? And in this case, every time she comes back, she remembers her previous life, and she's able to build on all of the skills and experiences she had there. So she knows how to fight, she knows how to do medicine, she knows how to do merchanting, she's just hip and jive with a whole bunch of really cool information. And I just love that idea. Like, this isn't a one and done. This is a for whatever reason you keep coming back, and you should probably figure out why, so you can, live to a ripe old age or something. Um, Again, it was a really cool world. That's the thing I love about these light novels, is they all tend to be really cool worlds where the world building in and of itself is so well thought out. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some books that are really cool that have very little world building involved, where you're just given like a framework and meant to imagine what you're looking at. And that can work, but in the case where somebody has taken the time to go, you know what? I want an actual system of government. I want an actual system of finance. I want an actual culture and way of life for the characters, so that it feels more real to me and I can have more immersion. That I love. So yeah, that's not too terribly much I can say without some spoilers, but definitely worth investing some time into this, if you're at all interested in this kind of thing. Of course there's romance, because why wouldn't there be? Same with the previous one too. Like, the romance is real, people. Okay, I've got book number 3. The Villainous Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord, by Nakomi. Now, I'm not sure if this one is Japanese. I'm guessing that it is, but not 100% certain on that. So this one's actually a really interesting idea. So this is another transmigration for somebody who was into gaming, and very much one of those who likes to do the grind to get the highest levels possible, know all the backdoors and Easter eggs and all the things about the game, and really goes in hardcore. Like, it's not about the story for them, it's about, I want to be max power, So this person is dumped into a really crappy situation where parents try to kill her, and they're a county, so there's a title involved, and she just, goes, screw that, and circumvents and takes away the title. So she ends up as the Countess when she's still in school. Also ends up at level 99, which is like the highest level you can possibly get, and so is way overpowered and terrifying everyone, and they all think that she's the Demon Lord, and, except, obviously, those who are in the know. And then she goes off to fight the Demon Lord, because of course she does. And you know how you have the Saintess and her prince going off as the real heroes, but are they? And of course, adorable dragon that everyone's terrified about, but absolutely loves her, and she loves him, and he's her baby, etc., etc., etc. I mean, come on, cute dragons. Who doesn't love cute dragons? I do. All right. Oh, and the other thing I loved about this is this character is one of those who has social issues. Totally no concept about how to be social. Like, she's smart, and she understands the political machinations and people using other people, and sees through all of the BS. But when it deals with somebody actually being her friend, or more, being completely clueless on what that actually means and how to go about it, even when it's happening. So it was a really interesting storyline, really interesting character, really enjoyed it. In fact, the latest one just came out, so whenever I have a few moments, I squirrel away and get a couple of chapters of that read, because, like I said, cool story. All right, number 4. Feels like we're scooching on in. The Obsessed Hero and the Villainous Family Daughter, by Oh Huang. I am not sure what country this one comes from. In my very not in-depth research, I did not manage to figure that out. I'm guessing it might be Korean. That's my guess, because a lot of them that aren't Japanese tend to come from there. So this is actually a really interesting one. So this girl, obviously, it's one of those transmigration things. She knows kind of what's going on and who she is when she finds herself awake and aware in this world. and she realizes that the family she's a part of, very, very powerful, very, very deadly, and if it were anyone but her, would probably obliterate whoever, especially when she is in danger, because she has completely wrapped them around her little finger, and they adore her so much that they will obliterate anyone who comes near her, and aren't afraid of anything, including, the emperor or whatever. Because why would you, when you're the ultimate assassin family? The whole thing was just so funny, and then it ends up, it's like this Romeo and Juliet thing, and yeah, but not, because it doesn't turn out as stupid, as far, at least to this point. But they are still fighting their families and all of the crap that goes around with that. But they're not off to go commit murder suicide in the process. Never really understood why that was the ultimate decision, but whatever. All right. Yeah, very much a kill 'em with kindness taken to 11 kind of thing, on that one, which I always love to see that, because I think writing that would be really hard, just saying. And on that note, we get to number 5, and this one is a particular favorite of mine. It's a slow burn, like the slowest of slow burns, but it is so well done. Why don't I just tell you what it is first before I go into why I love it? Ascendance of a Bookworm by Mia Kazuki. This one's most definitely Japanese. I love the world building in this. It is not starting out from the perspective of somebody who's transmigrated into a noble family. You have this girl who loves to read, and she's killed under a pile of books in an earthquake, and wakes up as a very small child in a commoner family in a basically medieval-esque world, and all of the less than fantastic things that are involved in that. For example, literacy being next to null, and especially for the commoners, and the fact that there is no plumbing. So, chamber pots are a thing. Just the fact that cleanliness is so lacking, and the temple system, magic and how it works, because of course there's magic, and the fact that she is constantly sick and constantly kept away from doing anything, and she wants to break free of that and fight for freedom to do things, and how she constantly is held back by her health, and finding out why that is happening and how to fix it. And just all of what goes into this story is so incredibly well written. I don't necessarily mean technically per se, although it is very well written, and it is very, very well written because it goes through a group called J Novel Club. Really cool if you want to read this stuff before it actually gets published in this country, legally, because they do this professionally. It's actually published through J Novel Club, but yeah, that's a whole big thing. It's a lot of fun to read these things, and I have a lot of fun with that whole thing. So yeah, I just love how rich the story is, and it's the whole thing has already been finished in Japan, and it's still ongoing here, but it's pretty far in at this point. So definitely all of these are definitely worth a read if you are at all interested. If you have interest in politics, magic, fantastic storylines, and world building, these are definitely something you should pick up. And on that note, that is all of my picks for this week. I hope that everyone has a fantastic rest of your week, and may your day be epic, and may awesomeness follow you like a puppy needing hugs. Bye, all.